Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Fernando Miranda. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. 23 years old, married, 3 siblings, going to graduate school, working at the hospital in the healthcare field for a while.
When did you get married?
Last October, actually.
Oh, newly.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's good. We still live with her mom.
Oh, yeah?
And we help her out around the house and stuff, so it's not like we have our own place and everything. But we're saving a little money like that and stuff like that. It can get a little rough sometimes, like just always being around her mom and like her brother's there too.
Her brothers?
Yeah, she has 2 brothers, but one is
Are they older or younger?
Actually she has a twin, and then one younger brother, 2 years younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it rough?
Just like I just want some privacy. You know, we always got somebody in the house, or I don't know. I just want like my own place.
So do they have like a basement, or you just have like your own room?
Yeah, it's a pretty big house, and we like stay in her room, and her mom's gone a lot. She works like throughout the week, and her brother works 5 days a week and stuff. We got plenty of room.
How old is her brother, did you say?
She's 23. They're twins, so
we're
all the same age.
Okay. Oh, you're all the same age.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else?
No, just I don't really have any big catastrophe going on, but just a lot of life stressors weighing on me. School, and what am I gonna do for the rest of my life?
Well, what do you want to do for the rest of your life?
I want to be successful. Maybe like pursue a doctorate degree after.
So, school after this school that you're doing now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you said that you worked at a hospital. How did you get into that?
Well, I just kind of applied, and I had, a connection. And I had my CNA license or certification. And they just kind of, I went in for an interview and got that job. Been there for 3 years now.
So did you want to go into counseling before that, or? Yeah,
I mean, just generally always been into psychology. Ever since I can remember, just like how can you kind of understand other humans and how they think or how they'll react to a certain thing and stuff like that. I also got a pretty extensive family history. A couple crazy people in my family.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of also made me wonder more about it.
Right.
My father has 2 aunts. One's diagnosed schizophrenic, long time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one's just a bit overbearing.
Are you like exposed to that a lot? Do you see this aunt a lot?
Well, not really, because I grew up in Florida until I was about 12, and then moved here to North Carolina. And my dad's whole side of the family lived in New York. He was born there and all that, and grew up there, but they stayed there. And so we'd take visits and stuff, and go see them every once in a while. And most of the time, she was, pretty normal, able to come around, and then we'd go up there, and sometimes we didn't see her at all. And I guess she kind of had a little break, and a little psychotic break, and maybe had to be inpatient somewhere.
So how did that feel like when you're around her? Were you old enough to like understand what was going on?
Yeah, I mean maybe not the first couple of times, but after a while I'd know, or I could kind of understand, and she was like the cool aunt for a little bit. And then, I don't know, just other, I guess, triggers in her life. Some stuff would kind of set her off, and, she'd have to go be hospitalized for a while and try to get on meds or kind of brought back down to reality. So I always thought that was interesting. Schizophrenia is just a real big issue, and it can affect a lot of people. Now it's like affecting more younger people and stuff like that. And hope I don't go crazy.
Well, so I guess you see stuff like that in the hospital?
Yeah, I see.
So that doesn't scare you off from the profession, I guess?
No, I see a lot worse stuff than what my family does. So I know they're not the worst case,
Right.
It can get a lot worse.
Okay.
Than that, so.
Okay. So you enjoy your job?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting. Like I feel like I'm kind of desensitized to that population. A lot of people, you know, I tell them like, oh, I work with the mentally ill, in a psych ward and stuff, and they're just like, oh my gosh, is that like how is that stuff? And it can get wild. You know, you have like 30 minutes here and there. Someone gets angry, they want to go home, they can't go home. You know, stuff like that, or someone makes someone else angry, and we just kind of deal with it, separate them, or do whatever we gotta do. And for the most part, it's pretty normal. And other than that 10% of the time, they're all pretty normal-ish. You know, they can kind of communicate and have conversations, and I just build a relationship with them, and they tend to like me, and so I like them, and yeah.
So you think maybe like since you're at work and you have like all this craziness going on at work, and then when you go home, you also gonna have a lot of craziness going on at home. So I can see that maybe being where you're kind of stressed out about wanting your own space and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Because, well, with my wife, it's like I feel very comfortable. Like, you know, she's like the safe place I want to be. You know, as far as like my parents' house growing up and stuff, that also wasn't a bad environment. But, also my parents had issues between themselves and stuff. And, just I feel a lot more comfortable with my wife. Yeah. That's why I married her and stuff. But as far as like what you said, like at work it can get wild, and then the home environment or the family can get pretty intense, or just
So did you live at home with your parents right up until you got married?
No. Or yeah, well, for a while I was about maybe 2021 when I like kind of stopped staying there as much and gradually moved out. Because me and my wife, we actually had a place in Greensboro, because I went up there for undergrad for a little bit. Okay. And we, one of my buddies from high school and his girlfriend stayed with me and my girlfriend at the time. And so that was really fun, being out on our own and stuff. And I think that might be why also I want to have my own place, because I like think of that. I think of what else it could be and stuff, and I want that now. But I got to be patient and going to grad school. Right now I can't work as much, so that would not be good for like paying rent or something like that.
Ooh, is she out of school?
She's a registered nurse.
Oh, nice.
So she's got a 4-year degree, and she's working at the same hospital I work at, different floor. She's on the medical floor, general medical floor.
So you guys ever see each other at work?
We try to have lunch every once in a while together. Okay. And I know like a lot of people she works with, and she knows some people I work with. All right. But so she's making more money than me right now with that degree, and and I'm going to school, so I can't work all the time like that. So, and also maybe that kind of weighs a little bit on me, Right. I don't want to be like the burden, or be the one on her back. Yeah. Want to contribute fairly.
So do you and her have any like short-term goals that you're like working towards?
Not really. I mean, we want like a dog or something, or a cat, and like
Do they have pets already in the house that you're in?
She did have like a cat and a dog. They passed away a few years ago. Okay. Pretty close to each other actually too.
So are you gonna wait till you move out to get these things?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I feel like I want a couple things. I don't want a lot in life, but I do want a couple things. And then when I realize that I want them like pretty quick. Yeah. But I need to be patient. Yeah. Just kind of make sure it's all set up well.
Yeah. Well, my suggestion would maybe make some short-term goals. Right. Because I hear you saying that you're getting like stressed because you want your own place, and I also hear you that you're saying you're patient. So that's good too that you acknowledge that you're gonna be patient. But maybe if you make some like short-term goals of like, I don't know, like when you get to a certain point, like next year I want to have this much saved, and then when I graduate, we can start looking for a place or something like that. Maybe like, do you know where you guys want to live when you move out?
Well, that's another hard thing, because if I'm going to grad school, like, am I going to go to the place I'm going to now? Am I going to try to go to Charlotte, and if so, or Greensboro maybe?
Oh, to do your doctorate.
Yeah, so like would I have to move out there, and that's just like a whole nother mystery that just there's no way to kind of prepare for that. Yeah. Especially while I'm doing this program, because I got to finish this before I even think about that. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe try to get some small-term goals so you don't have to feel so overwhelmed with like the huge goal of like moving out and where we're gonna live and stuff like that. Yep. So maybe you can work on that a little bit. But for now, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
And try not to get too stressed out with school.
Yeah. Other than a couple of those like stresses that I mentioned, I feel like life in general is going well. You know, the school and learning and a lot of ups, not a lot of downs or catastrophe events or anything like that.
Good.
Yep.
Good. All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
All right.
All right. Oh. We'll stop it. I don't even know how to do that.
She said don't stop.